they're facing if they need long-term care and they're not prepared for it. Now, just to give you an idea of who's paying for long-term care, health plans were not designed to pay for long-term care. If you need help with everyday activities such as eating, dressing, walking, bathing, health plans are not there to pay for this type of expense. Medicare, you may have heard of a friend who says, my mother was in the nursing home for 2-3 months and Medicare paid for it. Let me make this clear. Medicare is there to help pay with acute care. Situations where if you can recover, like for example, you break a hip, then you're in the hospital, you gotta be in the hospital at least 3 days. And at that point, if you can still recover by being in a convalescent home for a number of months, then Medicare will pay for it. So Medicare, on average, pays about 24 days. And the first 20 days, you got to pay a deductible out of pocket, which is, I believe, close to $145 a day now. And then, I'm sorry, let me repeat that. Day 1 through 20 under Medicare for the nursing home is paid in full. And then day 21 through 100 is where you pay a deductible every day. And after 100 days, Medicare won't pay for it. So when on average, the length of stay for nursing homes is 2.5 years, both in Connecticut and in the rest of the country. As you can see, 100 days through Medicare won't pay for much. So what we see here, close to 20%, that's a lot of situations where care is needed for short duration. And people most likely have recovered from those conditions. Now, with Medicaid in Connecticut and in the rest of the country, you have to be poor before you qualify for Medicaid. So in Connecticut, as a single person to be poor, you have to spend down your assets to $1,600. So everything above $1,600 will have to be spent in order to qualify for Medicaid. And if you're married, the community spouse living at home gets to keep the house regardless of value up to $113,640, and then the rest has to be spent down towards care. So you protect the house, the car, up to $113,640, and you spend the rest to $1,600. And when you're in a nursing home and Medicaid is paying for your expenses, then you're also allowed to have $60 a month of income and no more. Unless you're a veteran, then you're allowed to keep 60 plus 90. Now, clearly Medicaid is not the solution because Medicaid was established to help poor women and children. It was not set up to pay for everybody's needs on long-term care in nursing homes. And eventually that safety net will break and the people who truly need Medicaid will not have it. Now, private insurance, there are 7 million people in the country that have purchased long-term care insurance. And we have more than 55,000 individuals in Connecticut that have purchased the Connecticut Partnership for Long-Term Care. So I got a phone call today because I get a lot of phone calls from people who have questions before they buy, after they buy, if they have problems. People who bought 10, 15 years ago. And she said, well, what's different about the partnership? Well, I said, well, how much time do you have? So anyway, I gave her the Reader's Digest version in 1 minute. You're lucky they're here tonight. You may get 30, 40 minutes, depending on how much time we have here. But kidding aside, the partnership offers great consumer value, great protection, and you'll soon see how it works, and also why, after we do public forums throughout the state, and we'll do maybe 35, 40